Hey guys, it's Bridget with San Diego Seed Company. Look how big your onions are! Oh my God, yes! Holy shoot! What? Oh my God! Hey guys, it's Bridget with San Diego Seed Company, and today I'm gonna talk about cucumbers. Cucumbers. One of my favorite vegetables in the summer garden. So refreshing, so delicious. I never can grow enough of them. I love making tzatziki. I love just chomping on them. So in this video, I'm gonna talk about everything you need to know to grow cucumbers, and we're gonna give away a cucumber pack. So if you want to be entered to win a cucumber pack, make sure you subscribe to our channel, comment on this video with your favorite cucumber recipe, and sign up for our newsletter because that's how we will announce who the winner is. Now don't forget to hit like and subscribe for this video so you're notified anytime we put out a video. So cucumbers, I would say they're probably like second to tomatoes in the summer garden as far as popularity. And for good reason, they're so much fun to grow. You get tons of them. And you just can't beat a fresh from the garden cucumber versus a store-bought cucumber. Now, there's a lot of different ways that you can grow cucumber. You can grow it just directly on the ground, sprawling. You can grow it up a trellis, or you can grow it this way, which is one of my favorite ways to grow cucumbers. It's actually called the low and lean method. We've got tons of videos on our YouTube channel about this method. Basically, this is a commercial system. This is what commercial greenhouse growers will use to grow their cucumbers, but it's totally applicable to a garden. And I actually love how it really makes use of small spaces by going up instead of out. So we have this really cool trellis here. This is the trellis to make you jealous. Very simple system. It is a T-bar, some electrical conduit across the top with a PVC T. Super cheap, easy to use, and now you can use this system to grow tomatoes, cucumbers, tons of different plants. Now, basically the way it works is we've got a string, and there's a couple different ways you can do it. He has actually put the string into the ground on a stake. That's one way you can do it. You can also just start with the bottom, where you actually put a plant clip on the bottom of the plant to start it out. As simple as that. And you follow it up. So the point of this system is to allow for heavy pruning and maximum cucumber production in a organized way. And what do I mean by that? I mean that if you start at the bottom and you go up the trellis, you're sending the energy to the cucumbers so that you know exactly which ones are going to be ready. This is why they use it in a commercial greenhouse, because with labor being so expensive and space being a premium, a commercial cucumber grower cannot spend all day going through a bunch of vines and searching for cucumbers and having cucumbers get way too big that they actually have to toss them out. By using this method, you're pruning for airflow and also so that you know you're going to start at the bottom, follow the plant up, and then you're gonna find 2 ripe cucumbers. If we keep going up here, you'll see that we've got flowers, flowers, flowers. Now the next round of cucumbers will be ripened either here or here, and then here and here, and so on and so forth. So it's a very organized way to grow your cucumbers to ensure that you constantly have a flow of cucumbers. CSA growers use this system a lot because for community-supported agriculture, when you have a lot of people signed up, you need to make sure you have constant supply of cucumbers and that you're not letting too many of them overgrow and actually end up going in the compost. So it's a really amazing system, and it also helps with foliar diseases. Because you prune the lower leaves off the plant, you're actually allowing for maximum airflow. So if you live in a really hot, humid area, particularly the southeast, a system like this for cucumbers can be really great because you're not allowing hot moisture to sit in the plants, around the plants, on the leaves, and cause more powdery mildew, downy mildew, all kinds of issues that you get with cucumbers. Okay, so how would this system actually work in your garden? Well, you have to have string, plant clips, some type of trellis. There's a lot of different ways you can do that. But you want to clip the string to the plant. And then the other very key part of this is pruning. Okay, you're pruning, again, you're pruning for airflow. So all these bottom leaves, he's cut off. but then we're also pruning to 1 liter. That is very important. That's important for this system if you're doing tomatoes or cucumbers. Now, what do I mean by 1 liter? It means you have 1 central stalk that is growing the plant, and you're cutting off these suckers just like you do in tomatoes. So on a cucumber, you're following up the plant here, and just like on a tomato, you have in the armpit of the plant, which I don't know if that's an official term, but it's what I like to use. In the armpit, you have a flower, you have a leaflet, and you have a tendril, and then you have the main stem here. This leaf, the point of this leaf is to photosynthesize, to capture as much sunlight as possible, to send it to this future cucumber. Now, if I don't cut this off, this is going to grow into become another cucumber plant. So I'm just going to clip it off here. And it's as simple as that. I'm sending energy into this flower and this cucumber and not into the sucker that will basically suck energy off the plant. So it's the same process that you use for tomatoes. Now, if you're a brand new gardener and it's kind of confusing and you're just a little overwhelmed, let me walk through it one more time very simply. The point of growing any plant is any vegetable plant I should say, is to maximize the energy into the production of the fruit or the part of the plant that you want to eat. For cucumbers and tomatoes, if you start at the bottom, all the energies or a lot of the energy is being gathered in the soil here from the nutrients, and it's coming up and we can follow it. It's traveling up the plant. These leaves are photosynthesizing and so adding more energy to the plant. And in the armpit of the plant, you see a flower. And this is a female flower, and you can tell because it's got the immature fruit on it. This is going to become a cucumber. So we've pruned off the sucker, which is right here, so that energy doesn't get sidelined into that sucker and instead focuses on this cucumber. The same process happens here, same process happens here. And so what you get is consistent production of cucumbers that will always start on the lower part of a plant and move upwards. So for this setup here, it's rad. He can just basically go through and look, he's got cucumbers all on the same level. So he knows in the morning when he wants to make tzatziki, he can come out and harvest. In a few weeks, about a foot higher, he's gonna have another round of it. Foot higher, another round of it. You can see actually here, we've got another immature cucumber coming. Now, once the production gets all the way to the top of this plant, this is where the low and lean method comes in. So simply take a plant clip. We're gonna clip it to here. And then I'm going to unravel the plant and I'm going to let it lean over. That's what low and lean means. And it can continue to grow. So in theory, I have as much vertical space as I have string on this tomahawk. So it's a really cool system. This bottom vine down here, I'll continue to prune it. Once I harvest this one, I'll prune these. And it will just end up being a very long vine at the bottom of the plant, and all the production will be centered around this middle part of the plant. So again, it takes a little more work to do this system, but the benefit is way more cucumbers, way less disease, and a neat system. So if you are, a type A personality and you like a neat garden, not a wild garden, this is definitely for you. So he's got a bunch of different ones. He's got Market 8 Dude, we've got Muncher, there's Space Master, and this one actually you can see here. Here's a good example of it not being pruned regularly. So you can see, if you look down at the bottom, the plant comes up, and then we've got all the sidelines of suckers and energy that are going every which way. This is fine if you want to have a little more of a wild garden and you don't mind spending time looking for them. But what can easily happen is cucumbers can get hidden and then they get way too big and then they're not good for eating and then you waste that cucumber. So I recommend more pruning to ensure that you get consistent, even cucumber production throughout the garden. Now remember, this is just one way that you can grow cucumbers. It's my favorite way. It's one of the more productive ways, but you also can just grow them in the ground, old-fashioned style, like my grandma did, and let them sprawl across the garden. There's nothing wrong with that either. No matter how you grow your cucumbers, just remember they want to grow during the warm season. So in the spring and the summer, they need full sun. Do not overhead water them. Water at the base with drip irrigation, or if you're hand watering, put your hose down here. Mulch heavily and add tons of compost so that they consistently have moisture that they can access. Cucumbers are made up of mostly water, so you want to make sure there's plenty of moisture in the soil for them to grow. If you've learned a lot from this video and you want to grow your own cucumbers, well then please enter to win your own cucumber pack of seeds, and do that by subscribing to our channel, commenting down below with what you think about this system or your questions that you may have, and subscribe to the newsletter, because that's how we will announce the winner of your cucumber packs. Now remember, no matter how you're growing in the garden, just keep growing and enjoy your time in the garden, because it's amazing.